Hi, and welcome to the first of our CD of the Month productions. You know, I've been in this game for an awful long time, and I do not see an awful lot of people succeeding, and I absolutely understand why. You know, in 1986, I met a gentleman named Tom Tomasello that changed my golf career forever. He was the first guy that actually ever really told me what I had to do to make a golf ball do what I wanted it to do. But he had a bad rap in that everyone was saying that he was way too mechanical, and what he was saying was so tough. Well, I'm going to state for him that he's no longer around, that what he was saying might have been tough, it might have been difficult, but it was the truth, which beats the heck out of you getting the half-truths, the lies, the misunderstandings. And I would suggest that any of you watching this CD are probably not real happy with the improvement you're making in your game. Well, we're going to see if we can change all that, but right away, before I ever go any further, let me state, if you're looking for a quick fix, this is not for you. First off, there are no quick fixes out there, and hopefully you're starting to realize that what I'm saying is the truth. You know, to hit a golf ball really well is not as hard as we may make it out to be, but you have to explore the individual pieces of the swing that make up the total. If you keep buying into that it's one piece, that you go low and away, that you keep your head down, then you're going to fail miserably forever. What I'm asking of you is a big ask. It's a big want. I want you to apparently slow down and learn it correctly. What I want to do through all the series of all the CDs is to always tell you what the exact truth is. And hopefully you're not going to be afraid of the truth, because I'm not going to ask you anything that you cannot do. I'm going to explain it to you in ways that you've never heard before. There's no question about that. And I challenge you to find a flaw in what I'm saying. You may say it goes against what everyone else is saying. You may say this. But again, I challenge you to find the flaws in it. And hopefully what you'll start to realize is that I have all the faith in the world in you, but I don't have a whole lot of faith in the instruction that you're getting. And I hope golf instructors out there don't see that as a knock, although I'm sure they will. But what's more important, that you believe that you can do it, but yet you've been receiving the wrong information? Or would you rather believe that you're getting the right information, but you can't do it? Boy, I hope you never go there. In the series that we're going to do, and there's going to be many, many, many of these, one every month. For the next 5 years, there can be one every month of these. I want to break it down into little pieces. However, I'm going to ask you to open up your minds, jump out of the box. Let's get this straight, because you can do it. And I want to start with one little section of the golf swing at a time. Many of you, this will improve immediately. Many of it will. Many of you will. But some of you won't, because there's another piece that has to be put into place next. So you're going to have to be patient with this. Let's go one step at a time and get it straight. The first thing that Tom taught me was something that I'd never heard before, and I'd been a golf pro for 11 years. He talked about the hands being the command post of the golf swing. No one ever said that to me before. Everyone was saying to me, oh, the big muscles run the show. You've got to play golf with your big muscles. And I bought into it. I've been a golf pro for 11 years, bought into it, didn't play with a hoot. So that kind of went against the grain, but I'm kind of against the grain kind of guy, so at least he had my attention. You know, what he's saying, and he's so right, is that every day of our life we use our hands to run everything around us. But yet the golf world's got us terrified of our hands, which is just lunacy. The big muscles are nice to have, but there's no way they're smart enough to control the motion of the swing. Now, I'm going to break the golf swing into pieces, but today we're going to talk specifically about the hands. The hands are the ones that create 76% of all the total possible speed that you have in your golf swing. So right away, I hope your eyes opened, because I know no one out there is looking to hit the ball shorter. So I just said if you use your hands correctly, that you can hit the golf ball much farther than you're hitting it now. If you're using them wrong, then you're definitely going to lose distance, and you should be afraid of them. But let's find out what correct is. Let's find out and explore why you didn't know this. Let's explore what you're doing wrong. Let's explore why you're doing it wrong. And then let's move forwards, because once your hands are educated correctly, they will choose to do the right thing rather than the wrong thing. If you, however, choose to not educate them, then I don't know what the heck they're going to do. And remember, you've got this great big golf swing going on. You could have everything working perfectly, but right at the end, you do something wrong with your hands that throws the whole thing off. Now, what are you going to do? Are you going to try to fix everything? or would you just change your hands? Okay. Really, food for thought for sure. So please listen in, and I want to break it down to just the hands today. But the reason I want you to get your hands correct, because I'm asking for you, in the future, you're going to run your golf swing through the correct knowledge of what your hands are doing, and I'm asking you to give up trying to run the golf swing with your shoulders or your hips. And as we go further into these things, I will give you very clear explanations of why it cannot be true that you can possibly play your best golf trying to run the golf swing with your big muscles, your shoulders, and your hips. So the introduction into where we're going with all this process, I think, has never been done before, never been tried before. And anytime you try something new, it takes a while for it to catch on for sure. But I think the ones that stick with it are going to love it. And for those that are looking for quick tips, I wish you all the luck in the world. I think quick tips are a myth. I don't think they exist. And I don't even want to go there. So we're going to stick with this. So that's your introduction. Hope you really enjoy it. Look forward to any emails or suggestions that you want to call. And we're going to break the sections down into a couple different sections. So let me tell you what they are. Each month we're going to do a singular lesson. Each month I'm going to put out something on a training device that you've heard of, that you've seen out there. I may like it, I may not like it. I'm going to just tell you the truth, what I think it's good for, what I don't think it's good for. I'm going to have sections on drills and what drills you can work on to do what we talked about during that lesson of that month. I'm going to talk to you about maybe what's new in the golf world, what I see, and I'm going to answer your email questions on each CD. We'll put a few more in to answer your CD, and as always, I look forward to communicating back and forth with you, having your ideas on things. If you don't like what I said, say so. If you like what I said, say so. Give me some feedback so I can come back to you on the next CD of the month or the next CD of the month after that. But we'll get to everyone. Let's just go slow and steady and get the job done correctly. Okay, that's the introduction. Hope you enjoy it. We're going to go now. If you wish to, I'd like you to click on the lesson of the month. The hands, my most favorite topic, and I'll tell you why. I turned pro when I was 16 years old, and I practiced as hard as anybody practiced, and I never got very far. As a matter of fact, I got worse, which is not unusual for a lot of people to get worse the more they practice. And as a matter of fact, it's way too normal. I ran into a gentleman in 1986, Tom Tomasello, that had a different approach than I've ever seen before. And the first thing that he got me to do was read this engineering book, which everyone hates and they throw it away because they don't understand it. However, he taught it to me, and the first thing he taught me was the educated motion of the hands, how the hands are the command post of the golf swing. And as I look back at it, what's that, 15 years ago, it's the best lesson that I ever had. And I want to give it to you like it was given to me, and hopefully if I do it correctly, you might catch on really fast, because it can be done. First off, I want to tell you what should happen, and then I got to express to you why I think you're going to have trouble with it, because if I don't, it's kind of an unfair thing. He showed me what the hands actually do in the golf swing, and what he showed me was at the address position of all full shots, the right wrist, and I'm assuming you're right-handed, although I know that's not a good assumption, because there's lefties out there. Well, lefties, you can listen backwards. You've been doing it all your life, and I'm sure it's not that tough for you to do. He talked about the address position of all full shots, how the right wrist was in the flat condition. Then from there, as I went backwards, the right wrist went into the bent condition. Okay? Not the cocked condition, the bent condition. And